Hey, everybody, this is Alan Fine. I'm here with Steve Hirschon, who's the Senior Vice President of Sales for Avoya Travel. We've just come back from the annual conference on Discovery Princess, and we are going to talk about sales, sales, sales. And this is Insider Travel Report. Steve, thanks for talking to us.
No, good to be with you again, Alan.
So let's do a broad look at this. Avoya's been growing, and I got some numbers here. Prior to COVID, you had 1,350 agencies. Now you got around 1,600. You're looking to hit maybe 2,000 by the end of the year. Is that accurate?
Yep. So after COVID, we kind of went down a little bit. There was that natural attrition of people saying, I can't continue to work without making some income. And they left the travel industry. We've rebounded back to the 1,350 and then some, as you pointed out, up to
Yeah.
1,600 agencies already.
Well, let's go. Let's talk about gross revenue now, because that was interesting. So I showed 380 million to date, but you're shooting for 480, maybe a half billion by the end of the year. What do you think of that?
Yeah, I think we're on track to be able to do that, and the big part of that is the contribution of all these new agencies to the network. Some of them are bringing their own book of business, but most of them are new to travel and are generating these sales almost exclusively from Avoya Live leads.
On the new to travel, isn't it sort of like there are those who are older and it's a second career, but there are those who are saying this is going to be my career.
Yeah, and I think COVID kind of enhanced that, because after COVID, so many people said, for sure, I want to work from home. I've gotten used to that, or I like that concept. And then they look around and say, well, what can I do at home that won't have a huge startup cost for me to get into a business? And where else can you start up a business probably for easily under $2,000 of startup costs, like I did 18 years ago? And you sit down the first day, and thanks to Avoya's marketing, your phone is ringing already.
Oh, so but in order to do that, if you're new to travel, the other thing that Avoya has been investing in is in education. And in fact, I heard some numbers that the average time to go through the courseware went from 45 days. You've streamlined it, and now you can do it in an average of 15 days. But there's that support element there.
Yeah, so I mean, we realize that people that are new to travel, they can have great sales personalities, they can have an entrepreneurial mindset, but they need to be grounded a little bit in the basics of the travel industry. So at the end of last November, we launched our own Avoya education platform designed to get people who are new to travel at least up to speed with the basics. We partnered with CLIA, ASTA, and at that point in time, the Travel Institute. And over time, that was a quick way to start. Over time, though, we were able to develop our own content, which is good no matter what host agency you would join or go on your own in the travel business, but certainly geared towards being successful in the Avoya model.
Well, and you've had, I think, about 700 graduate this year so far?
We've had over 700 register for the courses. Probably about 450 have graduated already. The reason why the rest haven't graduated already, September turned out to be our biggest month for registrations ever. Gina Hoyt, who heads the team on the Avoya education platform, told me this morning 140 registrations in the month of September alone. So the word is getting out there. Thank you for that. We talked about this a little bit a couple of months ago. The word is getting out, and the value of it is getting out. And the results we're seeing of the graduates once they get to Avoya, significantly higher than those of people who hadn't gone through the program.
So let's talk about the commission splits, because Avoya spends a lot of money, a lot of time creating leads. And so that needs to be paid for. And so when someone joins, what's the commission split? And then could you help us through the different possible programs they can join that can change that split? And then let's end up with the new news that was announced at conference, please.
Right. So for years, Avoya has had the same commission split structure. And that was simply, if our agencies find their own clients or bring them in with them when they join from having been on their own, perhaps, they get 80% of the share of the commissions. Now, remember, of course, our commission levels are the highest in the industry of any group that you can join. So it's 80% of what they're getting here, might even be close to the 100% that they were getting when they were on their own. When Avoya generates the lead, and Alan, you hit it right on the head when you said, we spend millions of dollars a year to market online to generate consumers. That is completely at Avoya's risk. If none of those leads close, that's just money out of our pocket. Our agencies are not charged for the leads. They don't close. In theory, they're only charged for the leads that they do close. And that's why the commission split on Avoya leads is 30% to the agency and 70% to Avoya. And in reality, we may not even make any money on the first even sale of a customer, which is why repeat business is so important to us.
Well, it's important to both parties. The volume is what's great.
Yeah, I mean, repeat business is great. I mean, I was lucky when I was an agent. I had clients that booked repeat bookings. They hadn't even gone on the first trip. So that's like kind of like an annuity for an agency to have repeat business. And you know how much easier it is for you to book somebody the second and third time than trying to convince somebody new who's never booked with you before, who's talking to 4 or 5 other agencies already to book with you the first time.
All right, but so I interrupted you. So the initial Avoya lead split is 30 to the IA and 70 to Avoya. And then where can they go from there as they work their way up?
Right. So, we're launching a new plan for personal client business called the Elite 100 that will allow agencies to earn 100%. Can't even call it a split anymore. I think, Alan, you brought that up. There's nothing to split if we're paying them 100%, but don't worry, we'll figure out some ways to make money there. And we're working on, as we just talked about, the importance of repeat business. We're working on for next year a program that would pay more than 30% on repeat client business because it is so much easier for Avoya and for the agency owner. And we want to reward those people in our network who are very good at bringing customers back because that's where the profit really is for us.
Wait, so I lost you. We were talking about the Elite 100, and then you went back to 30%. How did you mean that?
So Elite 100 is for personal clients.
Right.
But talking about the importance of repeat customers and the 30% share on Avoya clients, right. We are looking at programs that will increase the 30% as it specifically relates to repeat business on Avoya clients.
That I get. Okay, so depending upon the volume, that could change. And I assume there's some thresholds you have to pass in order to start being considered for that.
Well, for the Elite 100, there certainly is a threshold to get into that because it's pretty intense to pay 100% of the commission. So for those agencies to qualify for that, they must have had departed at least $50,000 in commissions in the last 12 months.
Which is a rolling 12 months, right?
Right. So our agencies will join whenever they're eligible. We have literally a couple of hundred that are already eligible to join.
Okay. So that was a big news. That the fact that you were considering it, the fact that you're going to beta test it, I guess, for a year.
I think it's huge news because other people could pay 85, 90, or 100% commission. Other hosts, let's say, but none of them can do that and supply live leads at the same time. And maybe because I'm responsible for this area, provide this kind of support that we provide to our agency. The ratio of employees that we have to agency owners, which I think is a good question to ask for those who are unaffiliated doing their due diligence, that will give them a really good indication of the support level of a host agency. So we have 1 employee for every 12 agencies, and nobody's even close to that.
Also, Jeff Anderson, your co-CEO, was saying how when you step back and just look at all the fees, he felt compared to the rest of the market that you were competitive, if not better. Can you talk to that, please?
Yeah, well, we've never been a host agency that was founded on charging fees, you know, to make money. You know, we've always said we'll make money when our agents make money actually selling travel. So our fees have always been limited. You know, for the 18 years that I've been with Avoya, the basic monthly affiliation fee was $49 a month, and that could be waived if you did at least 1,000 in gross commission. Not even your split, 1,000 in gross commission, which basically translates to 1 7-day cruise booking a week, maybe even less. Not too much to ask for in terms of what you're getting.
No, that's great. So was there anything else that came out of conference that you want to express to our over 125,000 travel advisors now?
Yeah, I think one of the things that's interesting that we're working on is to create a consumer loyalty program. So, you know, when you say you want to enhance repeat business, yeah, a big part of that is the sales and service that our agencies provide. But the cruise lines have figured out, the suppliers have already figured out that offering incentives to clients to repeat is a worthwhile venture. And I think we'll be looking at doing some similar kinds of programs to kind of really keep the client handheld with us for the future.
That sounds good. Some of the other things that were talked about at the conference were technical, so we don't have to go into that now. But your software and your interface, they're all improving, and the travel advisors, or I should say the IAs is present. We're all very enthused by that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a unique system in the industry in terms of that it's an all-in-one system. You're not going from a CRM to a booking engine to email to an accounting system to invoice. Everything is resident in Agent Power. And it's not some really software that you're loading on your computer like the old days. It's all web-based. You know, I'm on my plane flying home from conference yesterday, and I can log into the system. I could make a booking or a payment. And you saw while you were on the ship, I'm sure, lots of our agents that were there making bookings while they're in a general session or excusing themselves to get on a phone to take care of something. It's really, as long as you have a decent internet connection, you can work from anywhere. And many of our agents, you see them, they're traveling all the time.
Avoya has always been leading with their technology. And so what's interesting about what we're talking about is that the data that's being collected now, I'm enthused to hear that you're making a big push into AI, and that you don't even know what the data will do to help you later, but you're saving it because you will be able to reprocess it to make the travel advisor or the IA's life easier.
Yeah, I think AI has just become known now. It's been around in another way. It's become known now because everybody sees it typing emails for them or creating these communications, or can you write a poem for me? Yes. But AI, I think used to maybe be called machine learning in the past. And to your point, Alan, you know, our technology is really about two things. One, it's about making the work easier for our agencies, certainly, but it's also about the data collection behind everything we do is tagged that we can trace. Because, you know, you remember the old marketing joke, I know I'm wasting half my marketing spend, I just don't know which half. Well, we know which half, believe me.
So it's just amazing that the data of today will be the solution for tomorrow, and you're not wasting any of it. I just loved hearing that.
Yeah, true.
One of the great quotes of the conference was Jeff saying, we try to get everything one click closer. And that really says it for me, because you want the user interface to be that easy, and you want it to be all under one roof. So that's a great, I came away with that statement.
Yeah, and it's certainly, I've seen that compression of effort over the last 18 years as both an agency owner and an employee at Avoya. The amount of steps and clicks that you have to make to accomplish something gets less and less and less. And the other thing that I love about our system is it's very circular. Once you get to one point, you never get to a dead end. You can always get over here, back to here. I'm in a customer record. I want to get to their trips. I'm in a trip. I want to get to the comments. Everything kind of is intuitive. And I say, Alan, I could even sit you down in front of Agent Power and you'd be able to figure it out in and out. That's how easy it is.
That's great news because if everything goes wrong, the travel world is what everyone should get into. All right. So, Steve, we have travel advisors out there who know Avoya. We have those who do not. So if they want to learn more, what should they do?
Great question, Alan. And I think even if they thought they knew Avoya, it's good for them to take another look at us again, I think, with this new program being launched. And be sure to check out avoyanetwork.com. And that's where they can get all the information about what it means to be part of the Avoya network. And hopefully we can help them grow their business too.
All right. Well, Stephen, thank you for talking to us, and good luck with Avoya. We'll talk to you again. It's always fun watching what gets developed.
Good to talk to you and good to see you last week, Alan.
And this is Alan Fine for Insider Travel Report.